Fashion in the 1960s. Fashion for women during this time was very proper and formal. This meant that you would usually find a woman wearing dresses that reached below their knees, or coats or overcoats to cover their shoulders. Much like women's fashion, men's fashion was also very formal. You would usually find them wearing coats and blazers or button-ups, polos, and slacks. So basically any sort of business attire. The 1960s were a time full of change. During this decade, talks about equality and finally having equal rights were being heard. This meant that people started feeling as equals to one another, no matter where they came from, what the color of their skin was, or what gender they were. Fashion has always been known as the best way to express yourself. And this decade was full of expressing yourself, so a lot of people turned to fashion. During these times where countless women and men were fighting for equal rights, they had the ability to express themselves and portray themselves as anyone they wanted to portray themselves as. Nothing mattered. It didn't matter what color your skin was or where you came from, your occupation, because at the end of the day, everyone had the same clothes on their back. Many people who were losing hope during this time turned to fashion because they knew that this was one of the one things that they could do freely. It was also something that the government didn't control or take any part in. One of the biggest fashion icons during this time was Audrey Hepburn. She was a famous actor known for her role in Breakfast at Tiffany's in 1961 and My Fair Lady in 1964, plus countless other movies. After Breakfast at Tiffany's was released, a lot of people started copying her character's fashion. Another socialite who inspired women's fashion during this time was Jackie Kennedy. She was the former First Lady and was also known for being an author and photographer. Singers such as the group The Supremes were also known for being very big influences in the fashion industry. They were an American singing group and part of Motown Records. They were also all female. One male fashion icon was Steve McQueen. He was a famous actor during the time and starred in The Magnificent Stephen and The Great Escape. Another famous icon was Troy Donahue. He was a famous actor and singer that a lot of people saw as eye candy. Because of this, a lot of men looked up to him for fashion just because they knew that a lot of women found him very attractive. Fortunately, all of the protests and speeches eventually did pay off because change did come to America, and fashion did indeed take part.